Hello students, I would like to welcome you all for BYK Expert Lecture Series 2020-21. I am Mrs. SHARDA NAGARGOJE, Department of English BYK College. The main purpose of this lecture series is to guide, motivate and prepare students for HSC board exam. In this video, I am going to discuss model activity sheet in detail along with model answers. Before discussing the model activity sheet, here I would like to give some instructions. These instructions are very important while solving activity sheet. Definitely it will help you to avoid common mistakes while writing answers on the answer sheet. Compulsory English important instructions. Each activity has to be answered in full sentence or sentences. One word answer will not be given complete credit. Just the correct activity number in case of options will not be given credit. Web diagrams, flow charts, tables, etc. are to be presented exactly as they are with answers. In point 2 above, just words without the presentation of activity format will not be given credit. Use of color pens or pencils, etc. is not allowed. Blue or black pens allowed. Multiple answers to the same activity will be treated as wrong and will be given no credit. Maintain the sequence of the section, question numbers, activities throughout the activity sheet. These are the very important instructions you have to follow while writing the answers on the answer sheet. Let us begin with the section 1, prose. Uh, our model activity sheet is of 80 marks. There are 4 sections in the activity sheet. Section 1, prose. Section 2, poetry. Section 3, writing skills. Section 4, literary genre novel. Let us begin with the section 1, prose. In question 1A, scene extract will be selected from any lesson. Total 8 lessons are there in textbook. 1.5 the new dress and 1.7 why we travel are reduced from the syllabus for this year. So you have to study remaining 6 lessons very well. Read all lessons for number of times and solve all the activities given in the textbook. Learn new words from the lesson as well as focus on language study. Learn new words from the lesson and you will focus on the language study. If you will ignore reading of lessons, then this scene extract will be unseen to you and it will take more time for comprehension. So, students, give importance to reading and develop your reading skill. Section 1, prose, reading for comprehension, language study, summary and mind mapping. It is for 16 marks. Question 1A, read the extracts and complete the activities given below. If you have textbook with you, open page number 77. This extract is taken from 1.8, Voyaging Towards Excellence, written by Achyut Godbole. Listen to the extract carefully. I had a very simple upbringing. We were a lower middle class family. Our 300 square feet house did not have even basic amenities such as fan, refrigerator, a geyser, a dining table, or a gas stove, leave alone an air conditioner or a car. It was only when I entered the college that I got a watch and we got a dining table and a gas stove at home. Nevertheless, culturally, I had a rich childhood. Poets like Vinda Karandikar, Mangesh Padgaonkar, and Vasant Bapat used to visit our home, and for hours I could listen to the discussions about poetry and literature, Marathi and English. They used to talk about Keshav Sut, Murdaikar, Shakespeare, Charles Dickens, and Thomas Hardy. I did not fully understand their discussions in the depth, but I was immensely impressed. We also were lucky to have Pandit Kumar Gandharva, Pandit Bhimsen Joshi, and Pandit Jasraj visit our place and talk about Indian music till late night or sometimes dawn. This is how and why I developed my interest in literature and music during my school days. I did not and even today don't understand the grammar of music, but I began to love it tremendously since then. Most of the times, the topics of discussion at our home were about music, literature, paintings, sculptures, etc. I could listen to the discussions about Van Gogh, Mozart, and Michelangelo, etc. It was because of such simile around me that I had a firm belief, which I still hold, that all arts are equally, but if not more important in our lives than science or technology. I had learned from my childhood that money does not mean everything in life. It is necessary, but if at all there is something which enriches our lives and puts meaning to our existence, it is the arts, music, and literature. Now let us complete the activities based on this scene passage. Activity A1, it is based on global understanding. To solve this activity, you have to understand complete extract. Activity A1, state whether the following statements are true or false. Correct the false statements. Statement A, the writer had a wealthy background and his house was full of all amenities. B, many eminent Marathi poets visited the writer's house frequently. C, the writer developed interest in science and technology during his school days. D, the writer learned an important lesson that money plays an important role in our lives. Answer of activity A1, statement. Statement A, it is a false statement. False. The correct statement, the writer belonged to a lower middle class family and his house didn't even have basic amenities. Statement B is true. C. False. The writer developed interest in literature and music during his school days. D. False statement. The correct statement is the writer learned an important lesson that money doesn't play an important role in our lives. In this way, you will write your answer in the on the answer sheet. Activity A2, complete the table. It is based on complex factual. The writer used to listen to many discussions during his childhood. Write the topics of discussion in table A and impact of those discussions in table B. It is for 2 marks. Answer A2, topics of discussion in column A, topics of impact of the discussion in B. First point, Vinda Karandikar, Mangesh Padgavkar and Vasant Bapat discussed on Marathi and English poetry and literature. Impact of the discussion, he was immensely impressed. Next point, Pandit Kumar Gandharva, Pandit Bhimsen Joshi and Pandit Jasraj discussed on Indian music, literature, paintings, sculptures, etc. Impact of the discussion, he developed interest in literature and music. He began to love music, arts, and literature. He started believing that all these things enrich our lives. Activity A3. It is based on inference interpretation. A3. The writer has learned a lot from the discussions on arts, music, and literature during his childhood. Complete the web by highlighting the various lessons learned by the writer. It is for 2 marks. Answer A3, lessons learned by the writer. Answer, arts, music, and literature enriches and puts meaning to our existence. You may not have basic amenities at home, but you can create interest and love for arts, music, and literature. Money is not everything in life, but there are other important things. All arts are equally important in our lives than science and technology. In the same way, you will write your answer on the answer sheet. Activity A4, it is based on personal response. Arts, music, and literature can make us human from human. Give your opinion to justify the statement. It is for 2 marks. Here I am giving my opinion. Arts, music, and literature can bring in us a humanitarian outlook, compassion, sympathy, and empathy, love, sharing, and caring for others, understand others' problems, helping and supporting others, start believing in the concept live and let live. universal brotherhood, and so on. Any other reasonably correct personal response will also be accepted in the exam. Activity A5. Do as directed. It is for 2 marks and it is based on poetic devices. Sorry, it is based on language study. I had a very simple upbringing. Choose the correct alternative to get explanatory sentence of the given sentence. First, oh, I had a very simple upbringing. Second, how simple upbringing I had. Third, what a simple upbringing I had. Fourth, what a simple upbringing I have. Correct alternative is what a simple upbringing I had. Second, I had learned from my childhood that money does not mean everything in life. Choose the correct alternative to get the present continuous tense of the given sentence. I am learning from my childhood that money does not mean everything in life. Second, I had been learning from my childhood that money does not mean everything in life. Third, I have learned from my childhood that money does not mean everything in life. Fourth, I have been learning from my childhood that money does not mean everything in life. Present perfect continuous tense of the given sentence is I have been learning from my childhood that money does not mean everything in life. Activity A6. It is based on vocabulary. Find the synonyms of the words given below from the extract. It is for 2 marks. A. Presence. B. Extremely. Synonym of presence is existence. Synonym of extremely is tremendously. B. Language study. It is based on non-textual grammar. It is for 4 marks. B1. Do as directed. First, use the correct preposition and rewrite the sentence. It is for 1 mark. All the students in the junior college were excited dash our excursion dash Shimla next week. Answer with correct prepositions. All the students in the junior college were excited about our excursion to Shimla next week. Second, rewrite the sentences in indirect speech. It is for 2 marks. George said to Lucy, I can't remember the way to your house. Lucy said, I can understand that you have only once visited my house. Answer, George told Lucy that he couldn't remember the way to her house. Thereupon, Lucy replied that she could understand that he had only once visited her house. Here I would like to suggest you revise all the rules of direct indirect speech you have already studied in the previous standards. So here and on language study you have another different session. In that you will have will discuss in detail about this. Next, spot the error and rewrite the sentence. It is for 1 mark. It is Almighty God who can save even tiniest creature living on our planet. Answer, it is the Almighty God who can save even the tiniest creature living on our planet. Question 2a. Read the extract and complete the activities given below. It is for 12 marks. Unseen passage. Unseen passage most of the times is based on topics related to art, music, history, geography, sociology, architecture, science and technology, psychology, human needs and values, and topics related to recent research and recent affairs. A good reader will find this easy to comprehend and will definitely require less time to complete the activities on an unseen passage, as it is never repeated and it is always new and appears fresh every year. Similar type of activities A1 to A6 will be asked on unseen passage in question 2a. Question 2b, summarizing. It is for 3 marks. Write a summary of the above extract by using the following points. Students will complete the activity of summarizing based on the unseen passage given in question 2a. We are going to have separate session on the detailed discussion based on summary writing. Let us see the scheme of marking. Covering all important points 1 mark, language and vocabulary 1 mark, grammar 1 mark, total 3 marks for summarizing. Question 2c, mind mapping. It is for 3 marks. Develop a mind mapping frame design using your ideas, thoughts, concepts to illustrate, develop on the topic. Example, home sweet home. Tips for mind mapping. These tips will not be given in the activity sheet. Using the title, connect your ideas, thoughts. Use your own design, structure, format for branching. Create minimum 3 main branches and 3 sub branches apart from the title. Let us see the scheme of marking. Logical flow of ideas, thoughts, concepts, 2 marks. Presentation, 1 mark. Total 3 marks for mind mapping. Section 2, Poetry and Appreciation. It is for 14 marks. There are 6 poems for study this year. Question 3a, read the extract and complete the activities given below. It is for 10 marks. Listen to the poem carefully. Weavers weaving at a break of day, why do you weave a garment so gay? Blue as the wing of a halcyon wild, we weave the robes of a newborn child. Weavers weaving at fall of night, why do you weave a garment so bright? Like the plumes of a peacock, purple and green, we weave the marriage veils of a queen. Weavers weaving solemn and still, what do you weave in the moonlight chill? White as a feather and white as a cloud, we weave a dead man's funeral shroud. Activity A1. Complete the table. It is for 2 marks. Weaver's view, type of dress, time of weaving. Answer of activity A1. In first column, weaver's view. Second column, type of dress. Third column, time of weaving. Weaver's view for the bride. Type of bright colorful marriage veils. Time of weaving, fall of night. Weaver's view for the dead. Type of dress, a white shroud. Time of weaving is in a chilly moonlight. A2, activity A2. Explain the state of mind of the weavers when they weave different garments. It is for 2 marks. First, the weavers are in a cheerful, happy mood when they weave a blue robe and welcome a newborn into the world. Second, when they weave a bright and colorful veil for the bride, they are in a mood to welcome a future and a world of new beginning. Third, in the cold moonlight, when they weave a shroud for the dead, they are silent, calm, and in a serious mood. Accept any two alternatives. A3. The 3 stages of life reflect in the varying moods of the weaver. Mention any two. It is for 2 marks. First, the first stage of life is symbolic representation of man's journey of birth, which is the beginning. It is joyful stage of welcome. Second, stage of life is full of vigor and energy and bubbling youth, which represents marriage and is responsible for fertility and growth. Third, stage of life is old age, sickness, loss of energy, and finally death. Accept any two moods of the weaver. A4, it is based on Poetic devices. It is for 2 marks. A4. Identify any two similes in the poem and show the comparison of things in each case. First, blue as the wing of a halcyon wild. Blue color of the halcyon bird is compared to the blue robe. Second, like the plumes of a peacock, purple and green. The colorful veil of the bride is compared to the plumes of peacock. Third, white as a feather and white as a cloud. White color of feather or white of the cloud is compared to the white color of the shroud. A5. Compose 4 lines of your own that you would reflect an happy mood of any creator. This activity is based on creativity. For example, 4 lines of poem is given here. Transform, new the world you touch. Spin the wheels and drag brush slow across the canvas of your life to make your life bright and happy. Any reasonably correct answer will be accepted in the exam. Question 3b. Appreciation. Read the extract and write the appreciation of the poem. It is for 4 marks. Poem Song of the Open Road by Walt Whitman. Afoot and light-hearted, I take to the open road. Healthy, free, the world before me. The long brown path before me, leading wherever I choose. Henceforth, I ask not good fortune, I myself am good fortune. Henceforth, I whimper no more, postpone no more, need nothing. Done with indoor complaints, libraries, querulous criticism. Strong and content, I travel the open road, the earth that is sufficient. I do, I do not want the constellations any nearer. I know they are very well where they are. I know they suffice for those who belong to them. Still, here I carry my old delicious burdens. I carry them, men and women. I carry them with me wherever I go. I swear it is impossible for me to get rid of them. I am filled with them and I will feel them in return. Appreciation of the poem. About the poet title Song of the Open Road is written by American poet Walt Whitman. The title of the poem is very significant as it indicates freedom, joy, and optimism. Walt Whitman was an essayist and journalist. He was the most influential poet of America and also known as father of free verse. This is an inspirational narrative poem. This poem is an expression of happiness as poet expresses what he feels while walking on an open road. Theme of the poem freedom, relaxation, joy, and optimism are the major themes of this poem. Open road signifies mobility and symbolizes freedom, joy, and liberty. Poem explores new ideas. Throughout the poem, the poet encourages the readers to true to themselves, to their life. Poetic style, special feature of the poem. Song of the Open Road is separated into 4 separate stanzas, with the exception of the first stanza, which contains only 3 lines. The other stanza contains 4 lines of verse. The poem utilizes free verse. The lines are unrhymed and of varying lengths. Special feature of the poem is its first person narration I, which represents every individual. The poet has used the special device of parenthesis by putting last stanza in bracket to separate himself from the worldly needs. Language and poetic devices. The language of the poem is short, lucid, and simple. Poet has also made use of other poetic devices, that is, metaphor, paradox, and repetition. Message values lesson. The poem inspires us to continue the journey of happiness and, and be optimistic as most of us have been blessed by freedom and ample opportunities. Opinion about the poem. I like the poem for its simplicity and optimism. The moods in this poem are open, relaxing, carefree, and stress free. The tone of the poem is light, calm, and cheerful. Question 3b. Appreciation. Read the extract and write the appreciation of the poem. It is for 4 marks. Let us see the scheme of marking. Appropriateness of theme and language features 2 marks. Explanation and presentation 1 mark. Personal opinion and evaluation 1 mark. Total 4 marks. This is all about the appreciation of the poem. I have discussed sections 1 and 2, that is questions from 1 to 3 with their model answers, and remaining sections will be discussed in detail in the next video. Thanks for watching my video. Hope it was helpful for all of you. Thank you and all the best.